I want for a chill. Betcha they don't till I don't watching you never say. You be doing come. We say and China Kevin Taylor de OSP won't send me by only protected Kinufrata. I won't be see on one I could find no kiss and baba and some Kevin Taylor the buy a dear dance if face any all kind of yellow crack and a ginger OSP a jabbing I'm an about out to Abbey long talk be bad the potty 9 year pen one farmer and home commonly a baby. If it's the first time I have a family, don't looking at the university. With my follow me Facebook, don't tell TV. Oko YouTube at don't tell. Subscribe to me, I don't want to what. TikTok at don't tell one. Instagram the underscore don't tell what I say. So that be me catch them on me translate you me cool back a magma traveling to. So open visa by Dubai and could be at the song. Open ticket a cool yes baby, I knew be our more because of more money airline need the stream to take the friends every day. And which is we are branch episode who took an alcohol bribe episode by Dubai. Now I also be a liar. Instead of a tiam, I'm a liar. Nipa back between you by don't tell. We saw more than mobile and ban by a strong number overstay. Omun Nimran so. I can't see Europe in the American one wine or qua. You Roman room. What has to be overstay by 2 years, 3 years, and so now we make his canantisa. Wouldn't go for crata ye, Juma Yanisa. Ah, Upperson, Upperso Yedman of the company hold you down. Company I saw every summer, no my baby atana. If you cry Mediane, no Median, no summer kitchen, and more gas at the Bayadiane. It's one flu Sam ran the Alba. You were 20. A 2% Ubana Motoa. Tea, me packaging, Mamma 2 months story visa. Mamma ticket. Ubana be doing my age, mamma, me 4 free airport and do quite human accommodation. Oba Yajuma. Obana si ninya ejuma mama my current bed more than because we need ejuma na okotena ejuma accommodation for like a day or two. No me trace come agent for ejuma. See when ejuma. Na you free bia behind man na do ko ejuma accommodation. Afi ma say 2 months visa na me dem aba na be wundie ejuma na yon krata mo. It say bibi say overstayed, we say stranded dey. Odi machiba kuruma. Enim da baby no ha. Obaba be grow ate. Yen semre no. Yen kuti Kevin Taylor. Don we say OSP no. Adiana attorney general perfect no. We made them come at nyam ebiana first video na ebiana one follow. It am do ko achibiem because han nyina yetwam ho. On the pen once no dey let come office of the president say opese omama na kwan otumi kochi kinofrata. Into the come office of the president that's friends oh dey enkwani. Ano no so almost send come attorney general say Julio Zebra, that's Julio Zebra. No more the command. Attorney Julio Zebra forward man attorney general say, me obo medium nim law. It attorney general here by June no. I know share say okay. So person yes had the answer be jam one cause yama konya no. Say kona ko fana bra no you see who docket. Case ni so far baby we drew near so to free. Na me yes akwa na me ya docket ni eni nkofo mi no efi office. On be boa mo the investigation. Wana no kama Julio Zebra ma attorney general yeah email ma OSP no OSP reply edin ko phone mi enu din buy but one fa docket number omo hwe enima for some months na docket number na edin ko phone mi enu na ba so mmeden so mo make asem what you say good if you say na ye be ka no asem no way ana omo send email man bi as you speak enu akasa obekasa bibribe no wantumi anye etu de muntie Kevin Taylor
office of the president through the chief of staff's office say Onya a way or a green light to go and bring Ofurata in. And a chief of staff can say Enyeme Juma a attorney general Juma.
Thank you.
And attorney general throw letter come out Kiseja Bekache Kiseja Beza Kiseja Bain. You know something? The Yanyama Bay Mienu Sape through ho. Yen Saka Sanyomana. Whatever assistance you were asking from the Jubilee House, no, we have it. We will give you to extradite Ken Ofuriatta to Ghana. That's it.
Thank you.
And Yoma Ben na Attorney General Obusa Kiseja Ben. Obusa and Okachen say, 1.
Don't. You go so omo the advert be film cry be and the mama manage issue my mama manage issue cry. Me pese me bibia mama kama nti ne beba bia munya abotre ma me wate ase an we mama we me issue kra man ai
or say offer a docket
okay
in its current state offer mbre eye dey or no Attorney General. Okay, say baby, why investigations they do biano? For sa investigations no dockets no documents in for brem. Or say baby, we do bia. So it does not matter where Kisiejabe investigations they do. 2, or say an investigative report. Or say investigative report also. Baby, why you do biano? Sa and also no fabra. Now onim said sa report na inconclusive. The investigations and the investigative report in no. Or say if our investigators account to assist him.
Thank you.
To look into it, and if they have to complete it together and take the next step. So all that we as Ghanaians through the Attorney General, we were asking investigative report, dockets, and adding 2 investigators to go and conclude everything with the Attorney General. That's all. Yes. Now Kisiejabe to come and tell us the other kind. But let me open your mind on something. Okay. You cannot trust him because he's playing Ghana.
Yeah, it's true.
He has taken $50.5 million. He still cannot account for the $50.5 million. He still cannot account for it. Now, let me read a few of the things he spoke about today. Now, so we study he said, I mean, some of the kind in the or say, we're starting investigations. I mean, what the top from Ghana for. The investigations, no, can you for that time, I buy money pay at a company be. Now, what's a company, no, that company, no, say you in Kratan in Jaswa, I was opportunity to maybe so a company I can afford to say, no, I mean, what the top from a PZ for. Or so much a company be a bachelor PPA say, oh, company with young and say, I'm a buying HBG at 20 years. It is a company in the Ghana Revenue Authority. The beer a gigi at 20 now, you know, you make my G at 20, a quanswa, a bayer show, a Bubedawa, Ghana business cattle. Now, time I can afford that this company to coach a PPA, you know. PPA has a company way, an engine saw, any experience, any the excessive to make this side, you might, you know. Now, time I can afford that ASR, na company be order that it is a Jumanama Ghana. Sa company no 2015 and almost started this Jumano. Now, Jenna one woman and say, can Fureta first company no the coin. Or who say young to no PPA or the corner young to and or Sako changing company the dean or man the Pebisa changing company the dean.
Thank you.
Eben SML. Now, you see and say, Odim say SML no only experience beam. I only experience. Sign your man now, I'm going to call PPA. Procurement, Public Procurement Authority. You did deny say you're doing for contract no. Can the friend na odim say, sa new company na was a rebranding no old one we rebranding no odim say ekoba or mesa pam no. Into the oya and say company na any Ghana Revenue Authority GRA eye adwuma ebua ma yagigi eto no every different avenues government institutions e de ekoto ye no oma oni GRA benefo ni ka obuti bon ho. And now, almost for company, they say, on any new company now, what's now? Any experience, no? Engineers are companies in the corner. Now, say, be almost so engine ska. Almost the 20. Remember, Ghana, I was a PPA, Emma Huquine. Say, company be crampo, Ebena contract be a buy contractor. A nipa or a GR boss, no entry for on one pet, and must company the contract. Can of rent any sanity. And the GR boss of one of them sanity. The only and say, Obuka say, a company now 2015 na omo contractor also am DJ eto na ye go 2 year no. Obuka say, sa company no omo force ne say, on for the contract bi e market of Rata company no na omo so engineer no kon ho na omo DJ sika ne bi. Na nyame on pebone na sa company na omo ne aban eye adwuma dada no. Na omo contract na e be ending. Na dey won wan say omo force ye edicate of Rata company no esi sa company no kon ho. What I say, and na omo so edi dwuma na emfa emrakwa mu. In fact, sa company na omo ye dwuma pa na ye de kere Rata company na esi omo kon so omo di sika bi no. Sa company na omo mpene so. But eye GR before omo ba ye adekufo ado. Omo nyina ne kere Rata ka omo ti bon ho e na omo de sa company na e share eye company dada no kon so by force odi omo ye dwuma. Now, je na ehu awasebe nyina mu ne say e ko nenim no sa company na sebio omudi djuma ansana kenofurata yesi ye force the company abeshom kono omo contract na expire It is a company in the contract expire. That means that can operate a company now a sister company in the con automatically of the company now also free contract.
Yes, sir.
And so the name one say can operate a company now this is a company in the concept on an energy scanner. So a company in the contract now expire no can operate a company there the contract now expire. Almost the contract now Emma can operate a company now. PPA for him, Ghana buying him, Parliament him, and a GRP for Nick and Operata Tanasi,
criminal to the highest level.
Can Operata
corruption to the highest level.
So I can imagine Mudin Potia, not Ghana, at Twa, Yajinwo, and Yambia to say airport, Temaport, a year immigration, Sa, at Tona edition Winano, Omuna, Omo, Eddie, in Suadi Mwa, Omutimity Sa, at 29 years, and 2 years, my record Bank of Ghana. Now, the dim bedroom pension will say, GRP for in an Operata community bon, and an Omu uses our company way illegally, and an Omodi Gigana at Tono, a check and Operata, Eddie and the company Nika Bubre or Distica Farm. Enti, so what do we need to pan our share? Can Operata edge a contract not illegally? Company near illegal. In the man who can run it, our company, no, and you know, and so were part of the illegality, and an Omuria. It's Osp'S so Beccache and then in Yano, bro, for tintin in Yano, now our catcher say, can Oforata and the baby and the ball chrono, and one, and a day way idea, Osp'S, I catch that you and ya the fofro. It's under the awkward checking a news talking points now. You see this after the name change from SMEL. First company na Kenofrata de Koyana, young gentleman, near from SMEL. Orion Oko change SML. After the name change from SMEL to SML, the revenue assurance contract was taken from West Blue Ghana Limited and awarded to the newly incorporated firm. Into West Blue Ghana Limited, no, Omni company, na sebio, Omo who coin say Omo digicide to no. But Kenofrata de SMEL, Koyana, young gentleman. Osabe yi floor and on the SML by ya on the GRP before at the air contract no by force omni see West Blue for Congo say move by force money can operate any Jumawi. After what you say now, after that, you see and say when in summer Osp'S Beccache and some food. I'm trying to give you an idea of Azar any lies Papa will be catching them one day. I say GRA and SML deal was a masterful and mischievously crafted scheme by Kenofuriata. I say, sa GRA, omni SML for deal na, omukuki yeno, na idea omutina ho, ekimini ni ye, edisi kwemwa, omuyoma se, omubomutimu po area Ghana. This is not new. This has been there already.
Yeah.
The first press conference or kansansem we na rundown ni amaye. This is not new. And then better now in the kind of 2 hours. Now, Special Prosecutor Sakachere said over 1.4 billion was paid to SML without proper monitoring or evaluation. It's the main thing in Nana say. At the end of the day, Attorney General can say, sign your way in Fabreno in its current form.
Sanity, docket.
But I make sure tricky. Oh, say, Special Prosecutor Ekasandem. So what's the SML for no ejuma also mo yankasa? Yes, so mo yɛ be a friend of revenue assurance. That means say Juma na Kenofuriata ejuma ko no edi nyina say yet to no omo be gye no kwampa so so say na kronu bia mbem a ye betumi nya enough eto revenue e dia to say oman. So we study a special prosecutor and some of kan nyina started from 2017 all the way to 2024. Now, baby, SML for AD Sikapano between 2017 and 2020. Now, you see, Kenofuriata company, and I was saying, company na a revenue assurance. Yet for na omutumi. Now, Kenofuriata, sa avenues are not OGG at 20 through SML. No, there was a way he was supposed to get his money. Now, he couldn't take the money from those places. He needed to follow the money and take his commission before the money ends up at Bank of Ghana. Remember, Yajiji Ghana 20 in our free ports. Tema. Yajiji in our free nina ended up our Ghana Commercial Bank. a do Ghana commercial bank pay and now Bank of Ghana, a regular Bank of Ghana and one consolidated account them. Now, can of Foretta news say, or yes, sir, you na illegally, why did you a told in Nana? Baby, I'll bet you to be the commission that so through the SML company. No, so he needed to chase the money. Now, or did you a told in 2020? Sasikana a friend revenue, Ninano, a could Ghana commercial banker. Not Ghana what accounts be your friend, the slip accounts. Says he can't in our revenue in our could do not revenue na then. A slip na koto Bank of Ghana. What I said 2020. The catch them must say. Sa expose we are in 2020. Me catch them must say. A year 52 billion. If Ghana commercial bank. Na sa sikana Auditor General, former Auditor General, Dumelivo ye no. Sa sikana ko Bank of Ghana na nanka we say a free ho. Eko Bank of Ghana no 52 billion, 52.5 billion was missing. You who be a fire. Ha. Now, so we read the Auditor General's report now or trophy sa sikana ho. There is a particular place that it will give you a sense why Kenoforiata's name or the finance minister's name was mentioned. Mamichro. Anytime Kenoforiata episode or a revenue assurance contract, no, he knew what he was doing. Or did he revenue in the area? He would chase the money all the way to Bank of Ghana, a Ghana commercial bank, take his cut before the money slips into Bank of Ghana. It will read a transfer of tax revenues by GCB to unknown source.
Bia better evidence. Bia better evidence. Ewa, you been able to travel. The advert before 1,000, me ye free 1,000. What you say? You are not so many media better actually. Sani no. Fimuntie. But there's me ye free 1,000. So
you see the unknown source. Now we there. The 5th of October 2020. Now I can be 2 months. Now I 52 billion, 52.5 billion. A ride. You a SML the fastest scam. And it's never seen there. Obubuso say. Sikana fahin almost say unknown source. A Kenoforiata SML. And I know we revenue assurance. No, almost did revenue now. Because Kenoforiata wanted a way to be able to get close to the money. He only needed to build that what you call special purpose vehicle in the name of SML. The moment he puts that company together, that company is in charge of revenue assurance. It will make him as the finance minister. It will give him the opportunity to follow the money. Now he's not following the money in the interest of Ghana. No. Kenoforiata is following the money in the interest of SML. Yeah. But because he's the finance minister, when he talks to Ghana Commercial Bank, they need to listen to him.
That's it.
It is as can do Ghana Commercial Bank, no. So we read the Auditor General's report now. Ube Bebia, a man who said Kenoforiata took that money in the name of SML because of revenue assurance. Revenue assurance, no, and the springboard. Or the propeller, it will be Mankunyas Askan. Into Regulation 12 of the Financial Administration Regulation FAR 2004 stipulates, and I quote, Auditor General Dinkan Koti, Emra, Nipa Sikan Kodi in Simwa Form, and Sana Waka Yesi. Into checking findings now, paragraph 1. Or say a person entrusted with custodial duties of public and trust monies shall protect public and trust monies against the unlawful diversion from their proper purposes and against accidental loss, and locate such money so as to facilitate the efficient and economical discharge of public financial business. End of quote. Auditor General will say, answer about audit the audit can code to act and it shall say they are buying Sikasha with some. That's one ye. Now I was saying baby I was saying Anqua Emra and Ubedi. Now who read this second paragraph right? A hot and the show said SML Kenoforiata ADH no 52 billion. Into we study paragraph 2 now. That's what it says. Mami enlarge paragraph 2 now. It will be easy for us to read. Over here. You see the paragraph 2? Let's read it together. The Ministry of Finance, in its quest to improve government revenue, engaged your service for the collection of tax revenue across the nation. In the Auditor General can say, Ghana Commercial Bank, the Ministry of Finance, in its quest to improve government revenue, engage your services for the collection of tax revenue across the country. To ascertain the integrity of the banking arrangement, we conducted a reconciliation of the flow of funds from the transit accounts into the designated Bank of Ghana holding accounts. Our examination of the transit account bank statement in relation to tax revenue show that your bank, contrary to agreement for the funds to be transferred into designated Bank of Ghana holding account, transferred a total of 52.5 billion into unknown sources over the under review. The table below provides a summary of type of revenue transferred to unknown sources. The table below provides a summary of type of revenue transferred to unknown source, the details of which is provided in our web. Where I want you to pay attention is the second paragraph, the 2 lines. The Ministry of Finance, in its quest to improve government revenue, engaged your service for the collection of tax revenue across the nation. It is not in the place of the Finance Ministry to engage Ghana Commercial Bank or any a revenue collection agency in collecting revenues.
If it does not have interest.
It is for Finance Minister to engage Ghana Commercial Bank. The Finance Minister was chasing that revenue. And it's will say, what is the Finance Ministry doing in this transaction?
Thank you.
You must collect all the revenue, dump it at Ghana Commercial Bank, let it slip into Bank of Ghana. Why is the Finance Minister following? Because it's not the duty, the responsibility of the Finance Minister to follow the money and ensure that revenue mobilization and collection is effective. No. The Bank of Ghana, Ghana Commercial Bank, and the revenue authorities, Ghana Revenue Authority, they have to coordinate with Ghana Commercial Bank to send that money to Bank of Ghana. But in this report, the Finance Minister, the Finance Ministry, which was led by the Finance Minister, Kenofuriata, led the charge. In the and an able say 52 billion, where did it end? And I'm saying unknown source. Where is the unknown source? The unknown source in 2020 was SML.
What does here? Bonjour, the chairman.
So you see, it is our study. Now, when you look at the revenue that came in, the revenue now, SML, you see, this is the document. Let me show you. When you read the oh, I'm sorry, it just disappeared. Oh man, okay, now make sure we. Now, when you read the document, this is what you see. These are the revenues I'm collecting at the end of the day. Kenofuriata disappear into the unknown source. The Finance Ministry was following the revenue. Why? Why should the Finance Minister be following revenue that has been collected, which automatically has to go to Ghana Commercial Bank? What was his reason for following that money? The reason for following that money was because his SML at that time were the ones collecting the revenues. And he knew that his share was in there. He had to go there as the Finance Minister, acting as in charge of the ministry to take 52.5 billion Ghana cedis. Now, IRS direct transit, IRS Nkwa, number of transactions 1,180. Sika na fire 17.4 billion. VAT indirect 18 billion. VAT communication service transit account 107 million. SEPS GC net revenue also 10 million. EPI customs account 1 billion. SEPS petroleum. So these were all the revenues SML boy and Kenofuriata followed it all the way to Bank of Ghana, Ghana Commercial Bank, and took the money. And International Auditor General Dumelivo Ebusa Kenofuriata any Ghana Bank said, Obusa Ghana Commercial Bank said, what was the Finance Ministry? What is their role in this? What is their role? Because so kind second paragraph now, it's made it clear, say the Ministry of Finance in its quest, it is in the ministry's quest, the Ministry of Finance in its quest to improve government revenue engaged your services for the collection of tax revenue across the country. It's so study the ministry, at the end of the day, is not supposed to be involved in this. The finance ministry is not supposed to be involved in this. But because Kenneth Fureta wanted to enter Ghana Commercial Bank, he knew that he had to take his cut. SML had to take their money. That money that went to Ghana Commercial Bank, 52 billion, went to unknown source. Till date, we are asking, unknown source, not anything. The former Ghana Commercial Bank manager, that man who was the manager there, is supposed to tell us where that 52 billion went. That man is supposed to be picked up by Yoko.
Easy.
He needs to answer those questions.
That is kind of good.
Unknown source, no? Where is the unknown source?
52 billion. No.
Unknown source near him. And here unknown source no. Thank you for Ghana Revenue Mount at Commercial Bank to just transfer it to Bank of Ghana, and you tell us
that the money
source. Went to unknown source. The man who was the head of Ghana Commercial Bank needs to answer questions. There's a Caribbean one man who go jail.
Easy.
Yoko needs to invite that man, bring this document out and say, under your watch, 52.5 billion of Ghana money revenue went to unknown source. Can you elaborate?
That's it.
How did it get to unknown source? Who and who were in charge of the money? When the money came or the money dropped at Ghana Commercial Bank, who signed it?
That's it.
Who were the people in charge to make sure
Ghana
the revenue collection agencies it's not tampered with and that it goes through to Bank of Ghana? So who tampered with the money? And what the unknown source is where? So you understand? Now, mommy, and come back to the reason why I'm here when me person the child say, Kenneth Fureta, SML now see, these are some of the damages he did. Now, mommy, and come back to the actor, Kisieja Bain. Now,
program today.
We will say Kisieja Bain, the press conference and then Nyansa Bain, what was he asking? Kisieja Bain was playing games with you people.
That's it.
Kisieja Bain was lying to you people. Kisieja being the OSP is one of the best actors at Ghana in our history.
Yeah.
The press conference a man we hear, it was nothing.
Nothing.
And let me tell you,
deceive Ghanaians.
I see Nipebi ena omukahu ena Kenneth Fureta area Ghana sika. Now or the nipa we mu nyina edin ebetutu TV so say papa your friend Kenel Damwa now or your former customs commissioner MP for German South. Kenel Damwa na mebo the video waha ni audio waha na all friend custom officer lady Bikache said oil be aba airport wo na sa oil no a pirated oil. Na mema ne emu lock it because a Jubilee House dia bokai man we. And the retire free customs no otumi di sika no eco pre-seat into a parliament. Parliamentary immunity. Today is an investigation. I was say Alban Bagbin. Ekachen say he should vacate his seat.
Yeah.
Now unfortunately, after the investigations are done, if he is clean, he can come back to parliament. Yeah. Because we can't have a potential criminal making laws for us.
That's it.
As we speak, Kenel Damwa is a potential criminal. He's under criminal investigations, and he does not have to sit in parliament as an MPP to be making laws for us. This man needs to go home and wait until the investigations are done. Because you cannot have a potential thief, an experienced potential thief, to be sitting in parliament making laws for us. We cannot allow that. And if Alban Bagbin, he's saying he's honest and patriotic as he always preaches, he needs to call this guy and tell him, go home. We cannot have you because your presence here in this parliament basically tells the world that we are condoning criminality until you are cleared. You cannot sit in my parliament. But if Alban Bagbin refuses to do that, then Alban Bagbin himself needs to see himself like Kenel Damwa because he is entertaining and condoning criminality in parliament. He said, these are the men who basically through the investigation he's done, Omni Kenneth Fureta area Ghana ska. It doesn't man we your friend Kenel Damwa or be charging no. Your baba say asem so. Ose man we so another criminal. Kisieja Bain ne accomplices no ebieni. Papa we your friend Emmanuel Kofinti or your former commissioner GRA. Ose man we ka ho and on sign documents ni nyina bo a Kenneth Fureta e mani wi Ghana. Enti papa we so nipa or ba be charge no. 3. Ose papa we your friend Abishadai Owusu Amoa. Honestly, a former commissioner, general GRA, on an boss, or say papa we should not okahum, ena onike furiata ene omo omaka na ehye kuntuna se edi SML no ebo Ghana kro no into we so obecharge no so oyekromfo man we your friend no Isaac Crensel bikrom fantini or your former customs commissioner later GM to of SML owie the customs juma no SML for the juma as the senior boss e was our company na obo mo ma omudupi Ghana for no per the auditor general or some man we so your kromfo a obehwehwe ne nsem mu omu nyina ye Ekufuado appointees now osase man we your friend no Ernest Akori
don't me say me di nyina be mawo binyi ba akukura free me di nyina ma no mabobo asem na ba so far I record them all some can be the videos they can me nyama no wasi but we say story and very interesting it's a man mo bomo wan tiase be say we say wasaka up na wa mu se de ende no na me che no e say body nyina asi muti nya botra na tiase na see because we say this issue no here pa because sa OSP no wadi hwamo yanko
Ernest Akori man we so ono say another person na okaho ono so na oye chef di cabinet to Ken Oforiatta ya ka say chef di cabinet et say sebio obi be ka say we de ni twetwo buto we na otu anu wetie mu we de say obeso kunipa obeso ku Ken Oforiatta the two eyes chef di cabinet only the Ken Oforiatta be no wine cra only the nkan twa so no dey say was Ken we de poison him when Ken Oforiatta ne boko suata free om de gufo no ketere ba fa ono ense nipa bi a ohun ni say ono so eka ho na Ken Oforiatta ebo Ghana kro no edi yedwirum into ono so obe charge no ewo saa kro no we mu chef de cabinet Didi chef de cabinet is a wine a free France and say bia wine papa bi a ahye selemu ache chef de cabinet ono so eno no yese kro no obomu ma ne totete ono so eka ho now the interesting thing about this whole thing Kise Jabi be ni na say and the obejina TV so a na ne ho popo ne to sa a oye concert na ho nyina popo na no popo a na odim se odi atrofa ne hwinimu no 90% of Ghanaians na omohwe show ni na say omohwe Kise Jabi comedy show ni na say they wanted Kise Jabi to tell us say my investigations are bedru ha it end make a Ghana for say ejuma ma ye nie may the paper way, crata way, air comma, attorney general.
Thank you.
That is all that we're waiting for as Ghanaian. Now, the most interesting thing is, Odru baby, na I was say or can't say or the Ken Oforiatta baby fee and not on fanning fee or the docket remember attorney general. Now attorney general activate the extradition through the US agency, security agencies. This is what he said. Kise Jabi, but take your time and listen to him. He was speaking his words well because no one said Ghana for Jimmy. Now, press conference no almost 3 hours. No, this is the part at the end of the day that important. Ya Kenya na kwasiasa. Ya Kenya no or the bedada. Na nyan sandi ba kumpu. In fact, from my source, what he did today, he had not even prepared it. This was done overnight. All the things he came to tell you. They are not things that he has worked on at the hot. No. They worked on this overnight. The part nana here so obema straightforward answer. Because Attorney General Busau or say, if you have the investigations, send it to me in its current state. June. All right. Now let's go and listen to the comedian of the year.
Yeah, go.
7 January 2017. Kenneth Nanai. Our intelligence was solid that this person just didn't want to come to the country voluntarily. By March of 2025, we had collected all the evidence that we needed to aid in the prosecution of this matter. However, 2 things were outstanding. 1, we needed official verification of a lot of the items that we had intercepted, especially in respect of communication. And this will require the input of our major foreign partners. Indeed, the packet arrived on Monday. in validation of what we had way back in March. Then, early June, I think it was 10 June, we carried out further searches and seizures at 2 offices of SML, one in Accra, Osu, and one in Tema. And there we retrieved computer servers and hard drives that had to be subjected to forensic examination. This work is not done overnight, and it is upon this reason that we informed the Attorney General when we kick-started the extradition process that the dockets had not been bound up yet because we were waiting for something. At the OSP, we do not talk lightly